Today I would like to welcome Thomas Brunner, Managing Director, Kathrein Solutions. Hi, Thomas. Nice to
Hi,
have you here.
hi, Anna. Same for me. Good morning.
Yes, tell a little bit about yourself because you are working already such a long time for Kathrein Solutions, right?
Yeah, Kathrein Solutions in total since the beginning, but for a little bit longer period in the Kathrein group in different positions, started in the development departments for mobile communication, went into the automotive division for reception systems, for car antennas, and then in 15 years ago, something about starting the RFID activities in Kathrein.
Yeah, such a long time and a lot of experience. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, let's start with the first questions, and you have the chance to answer with just a few sentences. So I'm curious what we will hear now from you. RFID or UVB? Please pick one.
Yeah, one added the other, so that's not a possibility to pick one, though it depends what you want to solve. It depends what you need. So RFID is more identification technology, and UWB is more a localization technology. But both in combination is in a lot of future applications is a right way to handle it.
Okay, thank you. Next one. Passive or active tags? What excites you more?
Yeah, passive tags are now available for a long period. Active tags, so I understand active tags that they are tags with additional sensors, with additional features, and that excites me a lot. Not more, but a lot. But that is a lot of potential for the future. Now it's possible now to create passive transponders with additional sensors on it, and you can capture them over more than a few meters read range, and that was not possible in the past. And that is a really nice stuff to measure temperature, to measure pressure, to measure additional sensor informations, but based on the very cost-effective and service-free passive technology.
Yeah, okay, let's come to antennas. Long scale or micro-sized?
Yeah, same style in the answer, though it depends on the application. Long scale for long scale applications, but most of the applications in passive UHF are more in a medium size or shorter distance size application space, and the micro-sized antenna is a very important next level technology for UHF RFID. Also
Okay,
in our portfolio planning.
okay. Next, IoT evolution. Threat or a big chance?
Always a big chance. So there is digitalization of our everyday life, personally, private, but also in industry logistics. There's a change every year, every month, and that change is a digital one. So IoT is the overall buzzword for these changes in these industries in this world, and that is what we have to develop the solutions for that, the products for that, and sell it and offer it to our customers, to our partners, to create the right solutions we need for the next years.
Yeah, okay. And last question in this session here. What do you think about teams, the engineers or the sales employees? Who is bringing the company to the success?
Yeah, the team of the two teams. No, only an engineering team is quite hard to create a product you can sell in a good way, and if you only here to the sales team, then you forget the possibilities and the possibility to solve the technical problem. So in my experience in the past, it was always mostly successful when engineers and sales guys work together in one team.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, now I would like to talk about Kathrein Solutions with you. Can you give us a description, or can you explain us how your company developed in the last years, and how your position is in this changing years with the IoT technology sector?
Yeah, the Kathrein RFID activity started as a clear with a clear strategy to develop RFID hardware, readers, and antennas, mostly for OEM customers. So without our brand on the products, transformed to an own brand manufacturer vendor who is offering a portfolio of RFID hardware components. And due to the acquisition of the Novelis company in 2015, to bring in the solution and the system knowledge and the software knowledge, we transformed us to a full solution supplier. So in Kathrein, we can offer hardware, software, and also the services, and that is what we are running now since more than 3 years in a very successful way, to offer our partners not only the hardware, but also not only the software, though it's always a combination of hardware, software, and on top the consulting services that to multiply the RFID IoT solution in the markets. We cannot trust only on well-educated system integrators in RFID or IoT environment. So there are a lot of other companies who has to be able to use seed technologies in a proper way. The result is that the solutions must be easier to install, easier to use, and that is our main target, that we offer our partners quite powerful hardware, as in the past, quite powerful software, and the consulting services that they can use these solutions in a different, deep way. In a proper way, we offer a quite powerful training academy that we can train our partners, and we help our partners in an early phase of a quotation to reduce the risk of the quotation. Now, if you are not a well-educated or if you're not a well-educated system integrator with 15 years experience, and you are offering first-time projects with RFID or UWB technology inside, it's quite risky. So you do not have the experience. And then the result will be that your quotation is high or higher than from a competitor who is educated. And that is what we can help new partners and partners entering these markets in a quite easy way, that they can invite us in the early phase of a project, and we can help to analyze the technical requirements of the end customer. What kind of technology is the best one? We can simulate the radio environment, how many antennas, how many gateways are necessary, depends on the technology, and that makes the quotation for our partners quite powerful, and the risk level is low. So the case that they can win this project is quite high, and that works quite nice, and that is our main strategy, how we sell our products, and it's always a combination.
Yeah, thank you. Very interesting. Can you tell us something about unique products which Kathrein Solutions developed?
Our portfolio is divided in 2 parts. So we have our Kathrein standard portfolio. That is what you can find in the catalog with a red Kathrein brand. It's an RFID platform. It's a UWB RTLS platform. That is the stuff what we do since years. The new stuff, the newer stuff is the OEM portfolio. That is always based on the existing technologies. We are developing customer-specific solutions without our brand on it, and that is a market field who is growing a lot in our business, and it's in the meantime 40% of our turnover, and it's always based on our RTLS, RFID, and since a few years on our Bluetooth low energy platform. And in this OEM field, we had some quite nice solutions in the past, in the last month, and we can now talk about them, though it's always the case in an OEM business that it's quite strictly confidential, though you're developing something for a brand owner, and there is no way that we can talk about this, but now these products are available on the market. One is the Bluetooth low energy based ticketing system. Now that is a really interesting solution. It's for our customer Access in Austria. It's a Bluetooth low energy based solution for ski ticketing. We will try to show it on the exhibition, though in the past ski ticketing systems were based on HF RFID since 25 years. And we developed a new one based on Bluetooth low energy. So you can use a smartphone as your ski ticket. So there is no need to print a one-way ticket or to use an ISO card-based ticket in the ski areas. And that is a dramatically change in this industry. So the whole world is working with a classical RFID-based ticket for this kind of application. And now the first ski areas last year in Czech Republic, and this year several ski areas in Europe will change their infrastructure, that they can offer to their customers also a smartphone-based ticket. The goal behind this, it's not so difficult to communicate with smartphones. So everything is open, everything is standardized, but we have to localize the smartphone in a very, very small footprint, that only the person in front of the barrier is open the barrier. And in a ski area application, you have 4 or 5 lanes on one elevator, and then you have or on one cable car, and then behind of this barrier or 4 or 5 lanes, you have 50 or 100 people who are waiting in a row to get access. So it's very important to localize each single smartphone in a very precise way, and that is an RTLS technology what we are using for that, and that's really fine, and we are really proud that we are part of this solution. And yeah, that's a future, or that is a transformation what we have in this industry. Second example is it's also Bluetooth based. That is the tracking solution for e-bikes. We have a quite huge German e-bike manufacturer here in the south of Germany, and that's our customer. And we developed Bluetooth-based tracking solution, fully integrated in the operating system of Apple. So it's a Find My network-based solution. It's fully certified, and it's able to track or to see the position of your e-bike in your smartphone, fully integrated. So no need to install an additional app or something else. So it's fully integrated into the operating system. And it's also running up in this week. So we showed it first time on the Eurobike exhibition in Frankfurt, and we also try to have it on the IoT Tomorrow exhibition in October, that the customers can see what hidden business Kathrein also offers, and that is what's quite amazing, that we are active in so a lot of different vertical markets.
Yeah. Thank you for this great use cases, especially the first one. I think this use case will change also the smart card market, don't you think?
The potential is there that we will see these kind of applications also in other applications like public transport. So definitely. So smartphone is always can be always part of the solution. So smartphone is so powerful in the meantime, due to these different sensors and due to the possibility to create smart networks. That is the same case in the e-bike tracker. So on the end, you are using all iPhone or Apple devices globally who are in the range of the Bluetooth radio system. So the radio system on the end is only whatever 40 to 50 meters, but there is no need to be in a connection to the owner of the bike. So it's enough to be in the range of every iPhone user, and the network from Apple gives you on the end cost-free infrastructure that you can track this bike globally. So it's no need to be inside of the the radiation range of the system. That makes it really smart.
Yeah. I'm absolutely d'accord with that, because we talked already a couple of years ago in Rosenheim about the opportunity to bring UHF to the smartphone. Yeah. And I heard already a couple of years ago that Kathrein Solutions was very open for the combination of wireless IoT technologies and the smartphone. So I would like to invite you to tell us something about that, because the smartphone and UHF is much more a device for industrial activities. Now we are talking about the consumer sector, but what do you think about the smartphone and industrial activities?
Yeah, on the end, years ago we had mobile devices, especially for the ruggedized environment in industry and logistics, but more and more there is not so a big difference between a high quality personal smartphone and an ruggedized version for the industry use. So from the operating system, from the features, it's the same. So they are using the same operating system, though they have the same possibilities in function. It's only a little bit different. The housing is more ruggedized, but to bring UHF into the smartphone, that is what a lot of teams globally are working on it. On the end, it's a little bit the physics. So that is the same stuff you asked before. The technical team and the sales team. So the sales team likes to have it. The technical team say, on the end, it's risky, or not risky. It's not possible at the moment to achieve bigger read ranges, and bigger read range for a smartphone is 1 meter, something about, with an effectiveness of power consumption, not to empty the battery of the smartphone in a very, very short time. That is the same case in the ski ticketing solution. So the solution must be very efficient in energy consumption. Otherwise, it runs your smartphone empty and you are a whole day on a ski area, 7 hours, 6 hours, whatever, and there is no possibility to charge. And then you have temperature, they are cold. It's also something what influences performance of batteries. Now, on the end, it's not a problem to bring UHF in a smartphone, but it must be a useful solution who survives one working period, 8 days, 8 hours a day. And on the other hand, the consumer focus is the same. It should not work 8 hours, but it should work several hours in the back. So we do not know when the customer is entering the retail store. And then when they entering the retail store, there must be enough energy on the smartphone. And it should be not the case that the usage of the UHF part will reduce the battery too fast. So that is on the end an energy problem, not a technology problem for RFID or UHF. So the goal can be, or the goal will be, that the energy consumption of the reader chips and the energy consumption of the transponder chips must go down. And that is what this semiconductor stuff will do every year. So there is a normal period that every year we will find new transponder chips with a lower energy level to activate them. That needs that allows us to reduce the transmitting power of the readers in the smartphones. And then in the next, whatever I expect, 3 years, 4 years, I expect we will see the first UHF stuff in a smartphone. Not a prototype or from a smaller company. I expect that one of the big smartphone manufacturers will go into this direction. So the fashion retail or the retail industry, they like to have it, so they need it for their smart way to sell products.
Yeah, you gave us an insight now already about BLE technology, RTLS technology, RFID technology. So that gives absolutely the impression that Kathrein Solutions has a lot of technical expertise, product expertise, and different products for all use cases which we could imagine. It seems to me like when you tell us, or when could you explain us where do you see Kathrein Solutions in the next 5 or 10 years? I mean, from the perspective of technology, wireless IoT technology, yeah.
Yeah, so in the heart of our R&D departments, we are experts for radio communication, and all these wireless technologies in these frequency ranges are in our focus. So it's we have two different product groups. We have our standard portfolio with our brand on it, where we are fully responsible for the whole product. We bring it into the market, we sell it via our partner network. And in the second part, we have our own OEM portfolio. And in the OEM portfolio, we are a little bit more in the future. So we are adapting new technologies very often first in the OEM portfolio. That is why we offering a BLE in our OEM world, but it's a moment not in our standard portfolio. And what I see in the next years is to grow the bus activities, to grow our standard portfolio, especially with new readers, with new combinations of antennas and readers for the next years, to be more flexible in the usage of the products, that the product is fitting into different applications, into different markets, especially the logistics market, or the new trend of autonomous vehicles give us a new chance to bring RFID on vehicles in the logistic chain. So that was what we had 10 years, 15 years ago, that why the forklift is not the logistic gate. So it's necessary to make 50 logistic gates on one building. On the opposite, we can put RFID readers on some forklifts, and then we have the same effect. And that is again a new idea to adapt RFID into these new autonomous transport solutions. We are growing a lot in all industries. So we are in partnership with several manufacturers of such kind of solutions. And there is also a big need on identification, and on the opposite, and on the other side, also on localization with UWB or BLE or other technologies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Over the last years, or decades already, you were working for a lot of end user, and you were a part of a lot of end user projects. So when we look at little or middle or large companies, what do you think? How many IoT potential is not yet active? So what do they have to do?
It's hard to imagine how big the percentage is, but depends also on the country. Though some countries do not have such a mid-size level industry as we have it in Germany. Though we have a lot of medium-sized or smaller companies who are very successful and very powerful. But I imagine that more than 50% of the potential is not harvested with IoT. So there is a huge potential for the next years, and in my mind, it's a must. So it's no way to run a company in a successful way without digital processes. So it depends how deep these processes must be, but as a more efficient organized you are, as efficient you are working with your limited resources, and that are human resources, that are resources in material. That is what we learned in the last years, that material can be very easy limited, energy can be limited, human resources are limited. Nobody knows if it's getting better in the next years. So the only way is to plan more accurate and to work with the resources as efficient as possible. And that's only possible when you exactly know where your resources are. That is the easy answer on that. And I think it's no big difference on the end how big the company is. It depends in which competition position the company is to his in his core market. And if there is a high competition to others, then automatically to drive the efficiency will help you to survive or help you to gain your business.
Yeah, thank you. That's clear. Understood, yeah. I would like to change the topic now, and I would like to talk with you about the Wireless IoT tomorrow in October in Wiesbaden. Do you know already what Kathrein Solutions is presenting there on your booth, but also in the forum?
Yeah, as we will present our standard portfolio in RFID and RTLS as the years before. But what will be new? New will be that we will present a lot of information about our OEM business. So we will show a lot of different solutions we developed for different customers. We will show these ski ticketing gate that will be on our booth. And we will present the e-bike tracking solution on this special area where we can show special applications, and that is also in parallel on our marketing initiative to bring our OEM activities more to the audience, that it get more popular. Though we expect a lot of potential business for us in the next years in this field.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, for the first time, Kathrein Solutions is also a part of this brand new special area with this demo area where we will see the e-bike
Yes,
and the RTLS solution, which is installed there.
Yeah, we are very happy for that. Although the e-bike solution, we can show it also in a functionally way, so everybody can see how it is integrated, how our engineering team integrated the technology in the whole energy in the whole engine and frame construction of the bike. So it's hidden, it's invisible, and it's a quite interesting solution. And yeah, we are happy for that. I will explain it. So I will be there, and if there are questions from our customers, I'm ready to answer.
Great, thank you. Yes, and now I would like to come to our final question for you. Where do you see the biggest challenge in the future for the IoT technology, and what do you think, where will we be in the next 10 years with the IoT technology? So 2 questions in one.
The biggest challenge, it depends from which perspective you have a look on it. We are a vendor. Our perspective, or our biggest problem to solve is to have enough human resources to be able to follow the technical trends, to take the right decision in which direction we are developing our company, which direction we are investing our resources. From the user's perspective, so it's quite nice. So there are a lot of innovations and activities. We have the RFID standard, who is in the meantime a global standard. We have the high band and low band possibilities that we can use it really globally. Though for an end user, it's perhaps sometimes a little bit too much technologies and too much options. How should I identify my products and my resources and my goods? But that's our job to support the end customers, the users in this, and that is also why we try to train our partners, that we help them, that they are able to explain it in an easier way, in a better way, to consult the end customers to take the right decisions. But when we compare it with the beginning of RFID, with the current status, there is a dramatic evolution in the way how to use these technologies. And we have to make these technologies easier, not so technical. That's also very often my problem, that I'm too technical and I explain it too technical. That is what we have all to learn in the industry, that we make it easy. That's more the sales team, but we have not to forget the technical part in this stuff. I see a very, very positive future. So you can see it on the volumes of transponders. They are growing every year. Though I cannot see a maximum that we can say, okay, in 5 years that was a maximum. Now it goes down. It's the opposite is the case in my mind. The question is how efficient we can create a solution. The question is how many resources we are consuming for that such kind of transponders. So this ecological footprint to create transponders is very, very important. But there are also a lot of new products on the market and a lot of initiative on the markets from innovative manufacturers to make RFID transponders more or less recyclable or paper-based or not metal-based, or the metal content per transponder is very, very low. A lot of stuff is coming up, and that is very important. So with these technologies, we can also, on the other hand, save energy, we can save resources, we can consume our resources in a more planned way, and on the end, in a more efficient way.
Yeah, thank you very much, Thomas. Yes, very interesting interview. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.